Hi guys, it's Kelly, and today I have for you a book haul. And it's a book haul I'm a little bit ashamed of because normally I'm not ashamed to buy books because I use my fun money and it's just the thing I do with the money that we have budgeted for me to spend on hobbies. But I am moving in 2 weeks and that's why I'm ashamed that I bought these books, because they're just gonna go right into a box to be moved. So I should have waited. But I didn't, and I'll tell you why. There was reasons, but anyways, so I bought these books that I didn't mean to buy originally. And if you've seen my hauls before, you know that when I do a haul, I am donating $1 for every book I buy to a charity that involves education or literacy. And since I wasn't planning on buying these books, I didn't look up a new charity, so I'm going to add the amount, I think it's $20 from these books, to the donation I was going to make from my last book haul, which was only 2 weeks ago. And I haven't made the donation yet because I was waiting for September to have the start of my charity fund. And so I'm going to just add to that amount. So if you want to find out about the charity, it was called Made by Dyslexia, and I will link that past book haul down below that has all the information about the charity. So you can look at that if you would like to know more. So I've only got 20 books, so it's not a lot. I'll just show them to you really quick. So I got some books from thriftbooks.com and some I ordered from Book Outlet. And the reason I bought these thrift books one is that I got a notice that I had some free books, because every once in a while when you buy books, you get like a coupon for a free book. And I had 3 free books, and one of them was going to expire. So I was like, well, because of the shipping, if you spend a certain amount, you get free shipping, so I might as well buy all 3 of my free books right now, throw in a couple more to get to my free shipping amount, and go ahead and get them now before the one expires. So that's what I did. I got just a few books from Thrift Books. I love buying from thriftbooks.com because you get used books, which is good for the environment and things like that, but they're still good quality, and they're cheap. So the first one I got is Baby Doll by Holly Overton, and this is a thriller, and I think it's a thriller or might be psychological, but it's about a girl, or I guess she's a woman now. She was kidnapped in her teens, and it's 8 years later, so she's an adult now and has found a way to escape. And this book is kind of what happens after she escapes. And I've never read a book like that. You know, usually you read about the kidnapping or about when they're in captivity, but this is about what happens after you're free, after you've been captive for so long. So I don't know if it's going to be a thriller or if it's just going to be kind of more in her head. The next one is called Signs Point to Yes by Sandy Hall, and I don't really know much about this other than it's a YA romance. I was recommended it on the channel Pucksandpaperbacks, and now I can't remember what her name is. I apologize. I will put it down below. But she did a video recently about if you like this book, you like this book, and it was the book that she said that that this was I remember reading. I'm sorry, I don't even remember what that book was, but I thought, oh, this sounds interesting. I will get it. And the next one is called The Method by Shannon Kirk. This is also a thriller, and this is kind of a twist on a thriller where this is about a girl who is kidnapped, but it turns out that she is just as vicious as her kidnappers. And so I think this is about how the kidnappers find out they're in for more than they bargained with this girl. And I've heard that it's just kind of fun the way it twists the whole kidnapping around. So I want to get to this soon. The next one is The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells, and I had read Time Machine by him several months ago and really liked it. I'm currently reading The Invisible Man and I'm not liking it, so I wanted to get another one of his books just to see if I actually do like him, or if maybe Time Machine was just a random one that I actually liked and I'm not going to like his other ones. So since they're so short, I'll give this one a try. I'm also doing this month as a buddy read with Murphy Napier, so I will get it done in the month of September and find out for sure if I want to read any more of his books. And the next one is Room by Emma Donoghue. This is obviously a thriller that's been around for a long time, about a woman who has been held captive and ends up having a child in captivity, and I think this book is from the child's point of view. And I'm just now realizing that this is the 3rd book in this haul so far that is about people in captivity. I don't know why that theme is happening. It just happened to be, I was looking into thrillers this month, and I guess there was just a lot of thrillers that sounded interesting that involved hostage situation type things. But anyways, so I never gotten around to reading that. I know it's been around for a while, so I figured I would pick it up for $3, I think it was in my free book, so there we go. And I don't normally talk about my children books I get in my hauls, but this one I actually think is a really good one that if you have kids, you should get, and it's called May I Pet Your Dog, and this is by Stephanie Colmanson. And this is a really great book because I don't know about other people, but my toddler loves to approach dogs out in public. And yes, we've taught her like that she needs to always ask the owner, that you don't touch strange dogs. But there's just like, kids are so drawn to dogs, and this is like a step-by-step. It's from this dog is talking to the boy, and he's like, when you meet me, you should say, talk to my owner and ask them, may I pet your dog? And like it goes through like all the things of like, how do you approach an owner and ask them? And then it has different dogs. So there's Harry, who's a really friendly dog, and the owner says, yes, of course, Harry's really friendly. And then we meet a dog that's like excitable, and as soon as the dog starts acting up when the kid pets it, you know, it says back up, let the owner take care of the dog. And then there's a dog that's really big, so the kid is scared, but the owner's like, it's okay, he's really friendly. So there's that kind of like, don't be afraid of big dogs just because they're big, as long as the owner says it's okay. And then there's one dog that's like, the owner's like, no, she doesn't like strangers, please don't pet her. So it gives like the full range of like, some dogs are gonna be nice and are gonna be your friends, and some dogs just don't like new people. There's also in the end, you get to meet a working dog, which was really fun for my 3-year-old. She's like, well, why would somebody need a working dog? And like, so we were explaining to like seeing eye dogs to her, and like why somebody would need that kind of helping dog. And then there was also, oh, what else? There was another one other than the seeing eye dog. Now I forgot. Oh, there was a dog that was in a car, and like how you never approach a dog that is protecting their property and stuff like that. So it's just, I think, really good book. It's fun for her. She likes, because it tells you to interact with the dog that's talking. And so it's very interactive, but it's also teaching a very important lesson. So if you are a parent of a young kid, I think this is a great book. And I got it for really cheap, and it was good quality still. And then next I have my book outlet purchase, and the reason I got this is all because of one book. It's all this book's fault. So I really liked the Illuminae Files series, and I really wanted to own them, but the thing is I don't really like hardbacks. I'm just not a hardback person. I like paperbacks. And I happened to get like an email from Book Outlet saying that the paperback version was on sale for just a few dollars on Book Outlet, so of course I had to buy it. But with Book Outlet, you get free shipping if you spend like $35 at least or whatever. So I had to spend $35, and of course I ended up spending a little bit more, but not too much. And so I got some books that I wanted, and oh well, they will be there when I move, and I will still get to read them. So the first one is All Are Wrong Todays by Elon Mustow, and this is kind of a sci-fi book about a guy who lives in a world, a 2016 world that's perfect, but his like true love leaves him, so he finds a way to go to an alternate reality, which is our 2016, and he has to decide whether he wants to stay in a world that's not perfect but has the person that he loves, or go back to his original world. Then I got The Winter's Curse by Marie Rotowski, and I don't really know much about this series. I just know it's a trilogy, and that a lot of people have said it's got a lot of like intrigue and politics and a nice like a romance that's really angsty and fun and all that. So we'll see. I just want to try the first one. And then I got Wanderlust by Jen Malone, and this is a YA romantic contemporary, and it's about a girl who kind of gets talked into doing her sister's summer job in Europe, where she wanted to just stay home, but like things just happened, so now she's in Europe, and kind of, I think it's gonna be one of those quirky ones where everything kind of goes wrong, but she also like falls for a guy and all that stuff, so it should be fun. And then I got The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner, and this I think is the beginning of like a 4-part series. And I haven't really heard much about this, but I hear that the second book, The Queen of Atolia, is like an amazing book, so I just thought I would pick up The Thief, and it's kind of short, so that I would read it and then see if I like the world, so I can move on to that one that everybody says is really great. And then I've been meaning to buy this book for a while. This is The Once and Future King by T.H. White, and this is the story of King Arthur and all that Camelot stuff, and I've been meaning to pick this up and was just waiting for it to be on sale on either Book Outlet or Thrift Books, and I got this for like, I think it it was a scratch. It said it was a scratch and dent. On Book Outlet, you can get a scratch and dent. Like, I don't know if you could see, like the very last page is folded over. And that's what they call a scratch and dent. So I think I got this for $3, and it looks basically new, except for one page is folded over. I think I can handle that for $3. And then I got When the Moon Was Ours by Anna Marie McLemore. She writes magical realism, YA magical realism, and I've been meaning to get into her books, but this book had just come out in paperback, and so when I saw that pop up, I was like, okay, I can finally buy it, because I didn't want to buy it in hardback. And then I got The Mad Apprentice by Django Wexler, and this is part 2 of the Forbidden Library series. I had just read the first book of this for Booktubeathon at the beginning of last month, and loved it. It's a cute, like, middle grade fantasy adventure kind of book, and so I was excited to get the second one. And then I got another middle grade kind of adventure book called Book Scavenger by Jennifer Chambliss Bertman, and I don't know much about this except for it involves books and puzzles and clues, and I heard about it on Charlie Troff's channel, and we have very similar taste in books and middle grade books, and so I take her advice that this is going to be a fun book. And then I got Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. This book was really popular a few years ago on BookTube, and I just never read it. It's a YA contemporary, I believe, and involves a beauty contest and all that, so I don't really know much other than a lot of people have enjoyed it, so I thought I would pick it up. The next one is one I've already read, which is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. This is technically in the like series that's like the Anna and the French Kiss series, but this is the only book in that trilogy I like. I do not like Anna and the French Kiss, like really did not like that, and I didn't like Isla and Happily Ever After. I thought it was just boring, but I love this book. Like, I read this actually before the other two, not knowing they were part of a trilogy or companion series, and so you do not need to have read Anna and the French Kiss to read this, and I just really adore it. I like the couple in this. They're just super cute, like kind of boy next door friends to romance type thing. And the last two books are both by Emery Lord. I got Open Road Summer and When We Collide. I don't know anything about these books other than the fact that I just read The Start of Me and You by her last month and adored it. It was like 5-star, great, one of the best like YA contemporaries that I've read in a long time. So when I saw that she had some books on Book Outlet, I just picked them up because they were cheap and I just really loved her. And I feel like if you really love an author, you should read something else by them. So those are the books I picked up. And I also was bad, and a few weeks ago, maybe like right before my vacation, so it was like 2 weeks ago, I went to Half Price Books to drop off all the books that I was getting rid of, and so I had my credit, and so I bought more books there, but they actually went, as soon as I bought 4 books. I don't even remember what 4 books I bought, isn't that sad? But they were all ones that were like on my Goodreads TBR, so I bought them, and I used my credit for most of it, and then I basically came home and put them in a box to go to the next house. So I can't even show them to you because they are in a box somewhere. But I also got 4 more books from there because I am addicted to buying books. I need to stop since we are leaving, and I need to wait until we get to a new house because we're not even going to a new house. We're going to a temporary house. Blah. This is my life right now. So those are the books I bought. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.